on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on their in-state rivals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now ETN to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Another tote for ETN. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
They go play action with Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. They'll try the left side with ETN. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
He'll run with ETN. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Bigsby. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He'll buy some time right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now Mayfield and the Bucks come up on 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive with White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Opting to run again here with White. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Mayfield. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The Bucks at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucks have taken the lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another 1st down, as this time they get an even 20.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A gain there of 21 yards.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk from 17 yards out.
And the Jaguars are able to move back in front. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with White.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence
scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Mayfield.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing, Mayfield.
That's again complete to Palmer.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
And again, it's Mayfield. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Bucks going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
3rd down and 10.
Mayfield now. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Across midfield. He's on his way, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg, rolling to his right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
On play action, Lawrence.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. This a quick pass to Davis. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
ETN up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. Play action. It's Lawrence. Davis, nice grab.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Motion man left is Kirk. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Lawrence will throw.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Hopkins with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Now a throw here to his running back. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mayfield looks to throw. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll dump this down to Matt Breida, and he goes out right around the 39. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's going to have the Bucks first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3. Mayfield with it once more. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. Steps away to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. First down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Open man, it's Palmer. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bucks try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. This now a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bucks will get ready to go on offense. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 3.
They go play action. Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
2nd and 12. Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucks going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Here's a give to ETN.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The Bucks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Devin Lloyd able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Jacksonville, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.